Everyone. I am Tiffany in the Tiffany and Meredith group. So we want to introduce our experts that are here helping us out. We're super excited to be doing this and working with Genevieve and all of you. We are already learning so much from you guys, and you're all very inspiring. So we were excited to do this call and definitely jumped on it when Dawn asked. Okay, so our first expert, Robin Cermak. So Robin has been with Isagenix for 10 years, for those of you who don't know, and she is currently ranking in at 6-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal Executive, which is awesome and sounds amazing and so far away for us newbies, but congratulations. The 6-star, for those of you who don't know, is anywhere from 150 to 200 cycles, and that's insane for me to even wrap my head around. So awesome work. I'm handing it off to you, Meredith.
Okay, our next expert for tonight is Carrie Mink, and she has been with Isagenix for 8 years. She is currently 4-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal Executive, and that means that she's cycling 60 to 99 times.
All right, so our third expert is Denise Ciancia. She's been with Isagenix for 7.5 years. She also is 4-star Golden Circle, 1-star Crystal Executive. And again, that's anywhere from 60 to 99 cycles. So awesome job, ladies.
And next up, we have Amanda Stroud, and she's been with Isagenix for 2 years. She's 3-star Golden Circle, and that would be 40 to 59 cycles.
And our last but not least expert is Miss Tara Higgs. She is my personal Isagenix rockstar superhero. If she doesn't already know that, I definitely want to be more like Tara. So Tara has been here for 2 years, just over 2 years, 2 years and 3 months to be exact. And she is currently ranking in at 4-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal Executive. And she also ranks in as Gil, so she's like double duty over there. So good job, Tara.
Okay, so we asked, we put this question out on Facebook to see who had questions. We put this out there. We also asked our people, our personal enrollees, and our consultants that we have, what kind of questions they had. So our first question is kind of directed towards Robin, and it's once you're personally enrolled have passed their 30-day mark, how often are you keeping in touch with them? What is kind of your course of action after that 30-day mark with your personally?
Thanks so much. Sorry, the baby just started getting a little restless, so I'm going to do the best that I can. So basically, I was just thinking about this when I knew what my question was, and I was thinking, Carrie and Denise, you guys can remember back before we had our Facebook groups, when we had manual ticklers, right? When we actually I had index cards that had my cleanser's name on it, and I would like just rotate them through my filing system to check in with them. We are so lucky now that we have Facebook. And, you know, everyone should make it a point that as soon as they get someone enrolled into the program, they absolutely friend them on Facebook, and then they get them into whatever Facebook support group you have, and make sure that you're checking it, you know, you introduce them to the group and make sure that they're welcomed. And then we also have the My Isagenix, which is daily emails that you can send them. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but that's absolutely a way for you to track them through their first 30 days. And then after that, honestly, the matrices, I know these matrices always come back into play, you guys, they always come in. But honestly, the matrices is key, because basically one of the categories is 3 team reaches every day. And with that, honestly, what I do is I would go through my personally enrolled, and I would make sure that I was on top of checking in with anybody who was more than 30 days out, because obviously in the first 30 days, you're checking in with them a lot more often. And so just basically doing the matrix and going through your personally enrolled. And then honestly, just setting reminders, you know, in your whatever spreadsheet you're using, whatever you use to track your 100 list or your 150 list or your 200 list that you have, you know, have a column there that says last checked in. And, you know, a lot of the time, the people that are going to be the sharers will check back. They'll come back to you. You know, you don't have to go looking for them and saying, hey, did you, want to share this with 2 other people? They'll come back to you. So mainly it's, and honestly, the other good way to do it is with our team cleanses. Obviously, they come back and they say, all right, I'm ready to do another round. I'm ready to do this. So the My Isagenix, the matrices, and your own personal spreadsheet are the best ways to keep making sure that nobody slips through the cracks, are my best ways to keep track of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, Tiff, you're up.
All right, so our next question is for Carrie. So where do you continue to find new people to share with?
Hey, everyone. So, I feel like people are everywhere. And whenever I get caught up in like, gosh, I don't have anyone new. There's a couple things that I typically do. Definitely everyone who's on the call can be adding Facebook friends, like as a daily action. So just adding new people into who's seeing your posts, and being consistent with posting is really important so that, you can connect to those new people that you are friending. But also doing a daily action of like actually connecting with new people. And not about Isagenix necessarily. Sometimes, yeah, like if you're working on your matrix and you need your 2 new and you haven't, had them, I might do a shout out to somebody quickly about Isagenix, but just really connecting with them with whatever's going on their page or whatever, however you know them, that kind of thing. But you really need to be mindful, and I get stuck on this too sometimes when you're just like, running into the bank or not, and just bringing that energy of connecting and wanting to meet people with you wherever you go, whether it's in the bank or whether you're out, I don't know, I was out buying flowers and I met a girl, or this week at the doctor, I had an appointment. And being more mindful about like when you're checking in at the doctor and just being friendly and talking to people, it really does help you meet them. And, what do you talk about? If you don't know about the form, which I was just trying to find my 90-day action plan, because I'm pretty sure in there it gives you the exact questions, but I'm an introvert. I know Tara has talked about that too. I was never someone to go out and just start talking to people. I'm more of a loner. I like to kind of just be quiet. So this is, an area where I really needed to grow. But so sometimes I literally have to think of form in my head. So F is for family. So asking about their family life. O is for occupation. R is for recreation. And M is for motivation. And my husband's always been the social extrovert. So like at parties, I would just kind of like hang back near him, and he'd go with the flow and the conversation, and then I could just kind of follow when I wanted to and jump in. So now I try to be that person, because obviously we're not always together. I'm always, if I'm out by myself. But the main place for me is at the gym, because, one of the first things in having a successful business is you want to be a product of the product. And to me, that also involves the fitness end of it. So going to the gym, and I do it a lot of ways. I try to always stand near new people or people that I talk to a little bit. I try to compliment them. I try to give them high fives. I try to like sympathize if it's like something hard, like, oh, wow, you did that really well. That was rough. Or, and I try to kick ass and do, more so than I would by myself. I'm going to kick ass because I want them to notice, like, wow, you can do that really well, so that, we can strike up conversation that way. So those are like the main things I do. It's really just being more mindful wherever you are, there's people to meet, and there's so many people that need us. So I hope you found that helpful. I don't think it's anything new. It's really just doing what everyone tells you from, all the millionaires and all the events that we go to. Those are the, a lot of the things they tell us.
Thanks, Carrie. A lot of that is new for us newbies, so we appreciate all your insights.
Okay, great. I'm glad I could help.
Thank you. All right, so our next question is directed towards Denise, and our question is, What language do you use when you're approaching a happy product user, one of your personally enrolled, when you're trying to convert them to consultant or get them on board with going consultant?
Hi, thank you. Well, I always start by acknowledging how happy I am that they are being able to experience how I feel. I let them know how happy I am that they love Isagenix as much as I do. I let them know how happy I am that they trusted me enough to say yes and to give this a try. And we celebrate what it is that their successes are, whether it's weight loss, whether it's inches, whether it's being able to, run a mile, whatever. So I spend a lot of time celebrating them, but I also let them know how I feel about their success. And I tell them that it's a great feeling. I want you to think about how you feel right now, but I'm going to let you know how I feel. I feel so amazing knowing that you feel that way. I'm so happy that you trusted me and that you texted me today to tell me that you lost those 10 pounds. It is the greatest feeling to know that you are helping someone else. And I tell them that. And then what I do is, depending upon, the kind of relationship I've developed with them, I'll often go to this. I want you to think right now of one of your really good friends that you haven't seen in a while and how upset they are going to be with you when they see how smoking hot you look and you didn't tell them what you were doing. Who are those friends? You need to call them right now. Who are they? And I try to pause. I know we're supposed to pause, but sometimes I just get so excited and I break right into the Lynn Hagedorn, who do you know? Come on, who is it? Who do you know? Who do you know that would love to feel the energy that you feel? Who do you know that would love to squeeze into their skinny jeans like you did today? Who do you know that would like to buy a smaller pair of jeans like you did? So I kind of always bring it back to their success, but I plant in their mind to start thinking about other people who would like to feel as good as they feel and to let them know that they're going to feel even better when they share it with those other people. I hope that was helpful.
That's so funny because actually Tiffany, who's my best friend, since childhood, since we were babies, that's exactly how I actually got hooked up with Isagenix. Was she came to see me for my birthday and I was like, what are you doing? And she shared and I'm like, okay, sign me up.
I was cleansing at her birthday, so we were not drinking together, which is very typical. And it got my whole downline basically from Meredith's party, so it was awesome.
That's great. And you can also go into the getting your products paid for. Again, it depends upon how much you've already gotten to know this person and what it is that they're hoping to achieve. And if you haven't already planted the seed for, hey, did you know that you can get your products for free? You can go that route. But what I found lately is just the whole being able to relate to how they feel and helping others feel the same way sometimes resonates better than going right for the, did you know you can get your products for free? And again, it depends upon the person. You might have both conversations, first starting with the feel and then starting with the getting your products paid for. But just, keeping a good track of what you've already said to them when you've talked about it and whether it's time now to bring that part of it up. I think it's pretty individual at that point.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to go on to question 4. Thank you, Denise.
You're welcome.
Amanda, our well-rested friend Amanda, who stayed in bed today after Tara didn't kill her. All right, so besides using the good, better, best breakdown, how do you work around the this is way too expensive or I can't afford this response without being insulting and kind of remaining sensitive to somebody's budget?
This is such a great question, and I will tell you, it is something that you really have to continue to practice it before you get it down and you feel comfortable, presenting this to somebody that might want to enroll. And one of the things that you have to remember is that it's extremely important to get to their why. Because if you don't know what their why is, you're not going to have the opportunity to show them what you can do for their why. So I think that that's the biggest part that you need to take away from that. So for example, when you're talking to somebody and they say, well, I would like to lose weight. Well, why do you want to lose weight? Well, because I'd really like to fit into my new clothes. But why would you like to fit into your new clothes? Continue to ask those why questions to get to their why. Always end with a question so that you can understand where they're coming from. Like, what do you have to offer them? So one of the things that I definitely use is a lot of people will say, you know what, I really just need to think about this for a while. So when you have their why, you can say, if not this, then what? If you are not ready to do this right now, money aside, then what are you going to do to improve your health? Or what are you going to do to fit into those skinny jeans? Or what are you going to do to rock that high school reunion next month? It's just making sure, again, coming back to their why. Another thing that I like to do is the feel, felt, found method. So people are like, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. So I will say, you know what? I understand how you feel. Because when I was presented with this, I felt the exact same way. But what I have found is that now I'm not only the healthiest I've ever been, but I'm spending way less because I'm not actually going out and buying those sugary coffees every day that were costing me $250 a month, or I'm not going out and eating unhealthy meals at a drive-through. So I understand, the feel, felt, found method is something that's extremely powerful. Another thing that's very simple is instead of actually coming out and saying any of these things I just talked about, talk to them before you even mention the price about what they eat for breakfast. So for example, Tara, what do you have for breakfast every day? Could you break it down for me in a dollar amount? And when they answer $5 or $3, you write that down on a piece of paper. And then you say, okay, so tell me what you're spending every day for snacks, whether that be a morning snack, an afternoon snack, include your drinks, your coffees that you're getting at Starbucks. What do you spend in snacks? So then they say $8. So now you've got $8 plus $3, and you're not even to lunch or dinner yet. So you're at $11. And then you ask them again. And so say that they tell you a total that they spend every single day is $25. You say, that is absolutely perfect. I have a pack that will be perfect for you. It starts at $25 a day. It's very easy to turn that back around to show them the options that they have. Another thing you can always use is the 30-day money-back guarantee. And you can say, you know what? I know how you feel. I felt the exact same way. But what the heck are you waiting for? We have this money-back guarantee. And what I have found is that most people feel so awesome after day 5, they don't even remember about the 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? So those are just a couple of the things. Oh, another thing is make sure that you let them know that this is a reallocation of their grocery money. So they're not spending this on top. They're actually replacing 68 meals with each package. Okay, so that's something important for people to see, because when you show them, or you even break down the price of a shake's $2.85. You can't go to McDonald's and get a $2.85 meal and feel as good as you're going to feel drinking one of these shakes. So those are just a couple of the things I use. I hope those were helpful for you guys. Thank you for asking me to speak today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, our 5th question is directed towards Tara. And I know that I kind of just jumped in on all this. I didn't really, honestly, a lot of the time I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing. I was just going. And one of the things that I've actually had people under me ask is, Well, can you explain in more detail what this whole right placement and left placement is on our trees, and why the BV requirement is set for like 600 on one side and 300 on the other? So Tara, I was hoping you could kind of give us a more in-depth explanation about that so I can answer it better for my people.
Yeah, that's it. Do you have an hour? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for asking me to be on this call tonight. I've actually learned a few things from the other gals, and I love this. So when Isagenix, when Jim Coover created our compensation plan, he's the one who created our compensation plan. He wanted to make sure that the people that were sharing Isagenix were getting the most out of the plan. So I do not know why he specifically chose 600 and 300, but I can definitely explain what it is. So the Isagenix compensation plan is a binary system. What that means is you're enrolled here, and then you have a left side and you have a right side. When you decide to enroll your first two people, one of them would go on your left and one would go on your right. And then you rank advanced to a consultant. At that time, you get the $50 consultant bonus plus the product introductory bonus, depending on what package they enrolled with. Now, the beauty of this compensation plan, and I've studied other compensation plans, maybe not as in depth as Dawn, but I have studied other compensation plans, is we get paid with Isagenix forever, as many deep as possible. And what I mean by that is Genevieve enrolled me, and way above Genevieve, not way above, but a couple above Genevieve is Dawn. Dawn's been with this company for many, many, many years. Anytime I order, Genevieve, the BV from my order, BV is business volume. Every single product is assigned a BV, and it's not equivalent to money. For example, a shake is 27 BV, but a shake costs $39.95. So it's not exactly the same equivalent to $1. So anytime I order anything, it goes right up me, goes right up Genevieve, it goes up a couple other people, and it goes up to Dawn. And Dawn benefits from the BV. That's the beauty of the system. It doesn't matter how deep it goes. You will get paid on every single order that takes place below you. Now, let's just say you have this left side and you have this right side. The idea is to keep your sides balanced so that one side, they're about equal, okay? So what Isagenix does is your 600 BV side, you have a 600 BV side and a 600 BV side. The 600 BV side is always in your favor. And what I mean by that is your 600 BV side is always your stronger side. So some people, when you hear us say they're a 900 cycler or they're a 300 cycler, all that means, for example, I know Amanda and Gail is one, they're a 900 cycler. So they need 600 on one side and 300 on the other side, and they cycle. And one cycle is $54.10. So what happens sometimes is you get this really big builder on one side. For example, my big builder is Amanda. She's on my left side. Therefore, I have a lot of BV built up on my left side. So to make it simple for you guys and gals that are listening that maybe not understand this, that's my 600 side. Isagenix always makes the stronger side the 600 side. So that means my other side, which is my right side, I just need to get every 300 cycles, every 300 BV, I cycle. So the key is keep your sides as equal as possible, but you're always looking for that one, you're hoping and praying for that one builder that takes off your one side, and then you just need to work on the other side. So, but a lot of other companies, what I've found is you only get paid for like 3 or 4 deep. You know that a bunch of you that are on this call are way deeper than 3 or 4 deep from me, and that means I wouldn't get paid on your orders. But with Isagenix, the beauty is you get paid indefinitely deep. It doesn't matter how low it goes, you're getting paid on those orders. So to answer your question, Tiffany and Meredith, I don't know exactly why he chose 600 and 300, but Jim Cooper is the creator of our compensation plan, so I'm sure he had a reason for it, but that's how it is. It's not 300 and 300 or 600 and 600, it's 600 and 300. And as long as you stay active as a consultant, which means have one active person on one side and one active person ordering 100 BV on the other side, then you get paid on your cycles. You cannot get paid on your cycles if you go inactive as a consultant. And that goes kind of deep. This could go really deep, but I don't know if that answer, that help?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
So that's all I had to say, but I thank you for asking me to be part of this, and I thank everyone for joining us on this call, because we love teach. We love it, and we're all so different. We all present so differently, and I feel honored. So thank you. Okay, I'll mute myself now. I'll shut up.
Sarah, I just wanted to add to what you were saying, and basically what it comes out to with the 300 and the 600 BV and what the BV equates to, it comes out to you're getting paid 6% of the sales underneath you. So when someone asks you, it's so easy to say that to someone versus you get BVs and you get cycles and it's 300 and 900. All you have to say is once you've qualified and you're getting paid and you hit certain specifications, you will get paid 6% of all the sales underneath you. And most other network marketing companies, that percentage is 4 or 5. So already right there, that's just a way to say, we have the best compensation plan, and that's a very simple way for people to understand the compensation. And I say that all the time.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Thanks, ladies. I don't know if anyone else wanted to add anything, or Genevieve, if you wanted to add anything, but we did good. Look, we're only 2 minutes over.
I know. That's what I was actually going to say. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Tiffany and Meredith, for stepping up and being brave and courageous and awesome and doing your first call. And thank you to all of our leaders who gave such, I don't even know, like 4 pages of notes. And that's the thing. I've been here for 5.5 years, and we can always be learning from each other. So this was fantastic, and I just appreciate the time. And I know that Robin wanted to talk to us. Robin and Tara wanted to talk to us about the 30 and 30. So I think we're just gonna, Robin, I should turn off the recording, right? Yep, okay, I'll turn off the recording and we'll have our discussion about our 30 and 30, yay!